Okay. Come back, Game Hunter. I'm gonna add you as a mod. On the road again. Okay, let's see if I can put you. Oh, okay, well I figured out how to do that. I was trying to see if I could add... Okay, well, I was gonna try and add you as a mod. Well, everyone who's nice, basically, I could add as a mod. But I can't seem to figure that out. But in the meantime, I did figure out how to block someone, so that's good. So I just wanted to make sure I figured that out, because obviously we don't want any hate going around in our little fun chat. So if he comes back, then we'll know what to do. It's good. So yeah, no, I have lots of plans for science teacher type roleplays. Especially I'm learning... No! Stay! We're going to sleep. It's late there, so I know you're trying to go to bed. So you probably should go to bed. But we'll miss you. Deeply. What? Break. Hi, Royson. I hope I pronounced that right. Anyway. See, I'm not sure. I'm sure you can set one, because I was reading how to do it on a computer. And then... Yeah, no, I don't actually have one, but I do have one. Yeah, when I actually click on your name, it gives me action, so I can report, remove, put user in timeout, and block. So anyway, if he comes back, I'll block him. Because what I couldn't try and figure out... Bye, Amy. I don't know when my next one is, but I'll announce it. I know. If I'm bored in the weekend, it may be later sometime, who knows. But anyway, so... But I can't figure out how to put a mod on, because I'd love to just hand that off to one of you lovelies to be able to just block people without me having to even acknowledge them, you know? Well, not that I would acknowledge, but not even have to even, you know, just divert the stream for that. I just would, oh, yeah, you know, you'll take care of it, and everyone will keep it a nice, scrubbly, clean chat. No, well, because I was looking, anyway, that's what I stopped the stream, was to go and Google it, and anyway, what I'm thinking is if I add one of you as a moderator for my channel, I don't know if it will then, basically you can flag comments, and then it would be held for review, but yeah. Yes, I know. And, well, and worse than trolls as well. But anyway, let's get back to speaking about our lovely little molecular models, because, you know, happy place. So many things. That's good. I'm trying to think what I have coming on the 28th. I think it's a hair video. I don't remember actually. Oh, no, I think I'm thinking the 28th of September. Which is weird, I usually am not that far ahead. But, what was I gonna say? Okay, so, let's say, get oxygen in here. I'm gonna do some Lewis models. Hi, Kay! Where did I put my eraser? Oh, there it is. No, let's go. We'll draw. Oh, that's going to be helium actually. And then hydrogen's going to be over here. This is going to be a ghetto. No, what is 2? Magnesium? No. Really heavy. What is 2? Oh no, 2 is helium. 1, 2, 3. 1. Is that magnesium? Does somebody want to Google me I'm really going well here. Well, I just kind of got the molecular model kit out and I wasn't planning on talking about this, but now that I'm getting here, it is lithium. I couldn't remember if it's lithium or 4 is... I don't remember what 4 is either. 5 is something that begins with an S, not sulfur. Come on, what's the non-metal one? Boron. And then... Is it just S? 6. There'll be 7. Then 8 is... Oh god. I really have a great memory here. I haven't done chemistry in a little while. I have F. And... What's our second noble gas? Isn't... Nitrogen. Okay, let's just forget this, because yeah, don't worry about the table. Okay, anyway, so let's just stick with oxygen. That is, oh, look at 6. Okay, oxygen. It's got 6. No, it's number 8. Okay, what? That's why I confused myself. Yes, now I know what I'm doing. 8. Okay, now I know what I did. Because it's like, everything is not going where it should. And that's because... Anyway. That was really well done. Okay, anyway. Oxygen. 8. Well. So if we do a Lewis model, we have six in the outer shell because it would have a nuclei of like lots of protons and neutrons. I don't feel like drawing them all. And then we'll have 2 in the first shell. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the outer shell, which leaves 2 open slots for something else to come in, which is perfect because if we look at hydrogen, hydrogen has 1 proton and 1. It has 1 space here. But anyway, so it comes in here, and then a second one, which we'll draw. That looks really great, doesn't it? Anyway, goes over there. So that's a really, really great drawing of this molecular model. But anyway, so that's how it works. But you get there's a funny symbol you draw. It's like that. So that's kind of means your partial negative charge. Because let's say if you have oxygen and this electron is not on it, then that would be O+. But if it has an extra, let's say that one's in there, and that one's in there, so we have an extra one, then it becomes O-. But basically because of the electronegativity, and I forget exactly what that is, which is great. I really, I've only been out of chemistry, because I did chemistry in the beginning of the year. But anyway, I haven't used it in a little while. Then you get a partial positive on your hydrogen, negative, and that's what gives us our little polar molecule. Show you just regular lamps. So we've got, can you see that one up there? There's that one. And then I have two. Come on, show. I can maybe just lift it up. That might be easier. I have two that look like this. Oh, that just got me in the eye. Yeah, look like that. Which I just got for $10 at the local hardware store around here. So, but when I increased myself to 3 lights, rather than, I used to just have that one up there, and I kind of got it to bounce off, because I have a mirror, so behind you, there's a mirror. So there's kind of a bit of bounce there, and then because it's a small room and it's white, a bit there, but that's why my old videos look a little bit dimmer, because I only had one lamp in here. But, yeah. Okay. Since people are liking chalkboards, maybe I should talk about something I do know about. What do I know about? Let's talk about plants. We're talking about the plant body right now. So plants consist of 3 major organs. And you probably know what they all are. But we're going to discuss them in a little more detail. You have your roots, so that is one organ. You have your stem. That doesn't make any sense. I think you have to put one there. Why is that one going that direction? Okay, this is an awful plant, but that's okay. There's a little plant. So your 3 storage organs are your roots, your stems, and your leaves. Not storage organs, those are your 3 main organs. So, that's what it looks like on the main scale. Okay, maybe I should, okay, I'm going to put this back and then bring it back to the way it was so we can put it up, so I don't have to hold it up. Next we're going to go into the types of tissues. I'm not very good either, but that's I bought this plant in January, And then I started taking botany, and I was like, oh, well, this might help me figure out how to keep it alive. Which it didn't really. I think it was too late for me there, because I'd already killed it. But it was supposed to be like, oh yeah, this is like one of the easiest plants to keep alive. So I was like, I am not a very good botanist. But we'll see how I go through time. Oh, come on, don't snag the light. Okay, there we go. It's actually too high. No, actually, what we'll do. Yeah, it's definitely too high. You should teach us all how to grow plants. I used to grow basil. That one's pretty easy to grow. So, in plants, we should have our three main organs, and then you have three tissues. You have ground tissue, dermal tissue. Actually, I have a botany book because I got one from my little library roleplay. I got this one. Pretty cool. Got garlic in there. A vampire killer. I don't know why I brought it up garlic. I was just looking at it. Anyway, our three types of tissues: ground, dermal, and vascular. Yes, so ground, dermal, vascular. And so your ground tissues are basically kind of the matrix that everything else is embedded in. So just kind of your generic cells, I guess. I mean, there's a few different types, but also like in leaves, your photosynthetic cells, those are your ground tissue as well. They're also called mesophyll. But that's a ground tissue. Then you have dermal tissue. That's your outer layer. So, outer layer of the root, outer layer of your leaf. The endodermis, I think, does still count. It's an interior barrier in the root. But I think that's still counted as a dermal tissue. And then you have vascular tissue, which is for the movement of things within the plant. So, you have two types of vascular tissues. Hi, epistaxis. Yes, it is early. We're probably about 7, probably just a little after 7. So you have xylem and phloem. I think I'm missing what people are saying. Hold on. I should start with tomatoes. I find tomatoes are easy to grow, and they're so yummy. Fresh tomatoes from the garden is so good. It's like a really big payoff. Not that hard, as long as you get cages, and then so yummy. Anyway, so xylem and phloem, two different types of vascular tissues. They often occur in little bundles. Oh, welcome to Saturday. So they often occur in little bundles. So you'll have like, that's awful. I'll just do a draw like that. This would be kind of a Venn diagram. So this would be your phloem. And then this would be your xylem. And then around here, you'd probably have some fibers. Which fibers would be ground tissue. But anyway, so you have two different, and they have different purposes. So your xylem is primarily for moving water and dissolved nutrients from your roots up to the leaves. It's actually really interesting how that works. It works by suction. So in the leaves, I'll take off this vascular tissue. I'm gonna kind of draw you a. So you have like these two guard cells. So just imagine that kind of goes on. This would be, so if we're looking, this is kind of a transverse section of a leaf. So here would be, so basically it's kind of like if we had a leaf that's flat like this, and then I've just cut it right there, basically. Yeah, my name is Jenny. So here is like your leaf surface with a waxy cuticle. So most kind of deciduous trees that you would see around kind of have one surface that's really waxy. That would be that side. That's kind of your really bright green. Then on this side, which is kind of your back side, which eucalypt leaves don't actually have differentiated sides. They have stomates on both sides. But anyway, you have these two cells here. And these are your guard cells. So each one of these little things that I've got here is a cell. So this is obviously a big, it's a microscopic image drawing, obviously, because it's not an image. But so you have these guard cells. What happens up in the leaf is the leaf needs to acquire, if you remember our little image, hi Lonsdale. I used to live on a Lonsdale Road, actually, down in South Ghanaland. I've decided instead of saying that I live in Adelaide, I'm going to say I live in Ghanaland, because I want to say the real name of the place that I live that's existed for, probably 50,000 years of people on it. It's only been called Adelaide very shortly. Anyway, that's a random tangent. But just so you all get the scoop ahead of time, because I just decided that in the last few days. But anyway, so up in the top of the trees, so basically the reason, if we go back to our little plant that has a bit above and a bit below, we'll just have a little piece here. Down here, the reason the plant has this kind of division, I don't think that's a word for me, division, is down in the ground you have lots of nutrients. That's where all the water is. Basically you have nutrients from the soil, water in the soil, and then up in the air you have sunlight to be able to photosynthesize and really abundant carbon dioxide to get carbon. So that's kind of why plants have this kind of split morphology. Morphology just meaning body type. And so the plant is there. Can you not see me? Hello? You can't see me? Okay, good. I was like, I hope you can see me. So, the guard cells. Why is it pausing? It shouldn't pause. It's not pausing for me. Hi, Angela. Oh, you're close to Game Hunter then. So you guys are not hearing my wonderful lecture on the xylem and phloem? I can't see me. Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking and hope. Oh, good. Hi, Mom. Everybody say hi to my mom. So you have, okay, anyway, so that's what, we have these two divisions, and you're getting air and carbon dioxide and, hi Judy, carbon dioxide and sunlight from above, water and nutrients from below. So up in our leaf, obviously, part of their big purpose is to bring carbon dioxide in. So they have these guard cells. Basically, leaves need to be able to control the amount of carbon dioxide they're bringing in, because every time they open these guard, so basically, and they do that with these guard cells, they can kind of, I don't remember exactly how they do it, if they change their, I think it's basically they get bigger and they close and then they get smaller and they don't, but I don't know. And so then, so when the stomates open, then that lets carbon dioxide in. It also lets air in, which kind of desiccates the plant, so you can get, that's like on really hot days, plants will wilt because they've, well, anyway, wilting is actually a little different process. We won't go into that right now. So we won't worry about that. So the guard cells basically open, and so they let carbon dioxide in. But when they open, as I said, some of the water actually evaporates from in the leaf. And so this actually creates a suction. And in the xylem, what will happen is you've got all this water down in the soil, and so it'll actually suck the water up the tree, because when the stomates are open, it's basically, because you're losing water at the top, it's then drawing it up kind of like a straw. So it's a really fascinating process. And there's lots of things about that. I might do a video on it sometime. But then the phloem actually works in a different way. You have these little sieve cell, oh god, that's an awful smell, and companion cells. These are awful companion cells, but anyway. So phloem is for moving sugars primarily. So let's say in the leaf we're making sugars. So because that's that's the product of photosynthesis, is you get energy and harvest that, but then convert that into sugar so you can move it to other parts of the plant. Or obviously some of it's used straight away. But so part of that is they actually use active loading, so generate ATP to put the sugar in here, and it's kind of used as a push, so then it'll go down here and they can push it out, or it may flow out by osmosis depending on what the concentration gradients are, because a liquid will always flow down its concentration gradient. Just so you know that. Anyway, so that's our vascular tissues. Kind of went into that a bit. Ground tissues. Anyway, and then we have 3 types of cells. Basically, there's more than that. We have parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. So, parenchyma is our most basic type of cell. So, I haven't drawn you anything of cell diagram. For example, well, actually that would probably be chlorenchyma, because it's mesophyll. Fine, we'll do a... Okay, do you guys remember these names? No? Well, I'm going to redraw them at the top. Somebody say something. Okay. So, parenchyma. Let's draw a eudicot root cell. Root transverse section. This isn't going to be a cell. This is going to be a zone diagram. Oh, that's the other thing about the... There's going to be a pericycle, and then the... we won't draw the Casparian strip. Okay. This is a very poor zone diagram. But anyway, I don't know why I drew that, because that's going to be mainly... That's not very good for cells, but anyway, that's fine. We'll just show you for right now. So this, forget the cell types, well, except I will show you the parenchyma. But this is actually better for tissue. I'm an ecologist. I'm studying ecology to be a wildlife conservation biologist, so a conservationist, but what I'm really interested in is in fire. I want to burn the world. I want to burn all the invasive plants in this country. But anyway. Hi, Natty. Natty? Natty? Natty. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway. So this is what a eudicot root looks like. So when we're talking about the vascular tissues. It's really interesting. Anyway. Okay, Natalie. Yeah, I haven't actually got, I'm doing Plant ID this semester, so I'm gonna actually do a thing on Plant ID. I'm gonna do a video on that. I've been actually, like, studying ahead of time, too. But yeah. So when we were talking about the vascular tissues, this is your xylem in the middle here, and then these are your little phloem. So that's your typical vascular arrangement in the Udicot root. So, well, first of all, I'll go into what this up here. These are both flowering plants. There's actually some that's should have gone. Okay, well, we'll forget that. But anyway, Udicot versus Monocot. So in the flowering plants, conifers do actually. Anyway, it won't work. Just in angiosperms is what we'll be talking about. So Udicot versus Monocot. So this is most plants that you see are angiosperms. Like pine trees are an exception. They're also really cool because the reason that they can live through winter is they actually synthesize their own antifreeze. How awesome is that? Anyway, just really got myself distracted there. No, I had this professor, well, I think he's teaching me he's doing part of our Plant ID this semester as well. That'd be my third semester in a row with him. No, I didn't have him last semester. Anyway, he's really cool. But so, and he did this big thing about, because lots of people talk about angiosperms being more evolved in the higher plants, and that gymnosperms are a lower plant, and he had this whole thing about how, that gymnosperms, they just got it right the first time or whatever. And so, because they have adaptations that are further back, that doesn't necessarily make them better, which I kind of agree with. I think if something has evolved and it still exists today, doing pretty well, if it can still compete with all these newfangled adaptations, then it's pretty good. That's like sharks. It's a good one because they actually haven't changed a lot in a long time, but they're just very efficient predators. Anyway, I digress. Udicots, monocots. Good example. Grass is a monocot. So if you think about a leaf on a grass, it has, the most obvious thing is the parallel venation on the leaf. So, when you have a grass and you can actually kind of tear it down little bit by bit because it has that very straight venation. Whereas if you're looking at a maple leaf and it just kind of and goes off all those different ways. Those veins, that's actually your vascular tissue. So that's your xylem and your phloem. As I said, they come kind of in those vascular bundles. That's if you're looking at it this way. If you look at it kind of the other way, they're actually along tubes, kind of like your veins in your body. So what we're looking at here is kind of like if we had a root like this and we cut it right there, and then we were looking at it on that way. That's kind of what we're looking at with this root. Now I completely forget what I was saying. Oh, Udicot, monocot. So they have different morphology throughout the plant, and monocots don't have true secondary growth. Which is strange. Palms are monocots, so they can get quite woody, and bamboo is also a monocot. So they can get tall and big, but most trees that aren't pines are Udicots. So, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna get to, should we do a stem? Let's do a stem. So then, if we look at it's going to be the better one. We're going to have our vascular bundles. Okay. So, in our, I don't know why I did a zone diagram when we're looking at cells, but anyway, that's what I did. So if you look at, like, in this area, I don't know why I drew something in there, but right here in the middle, so this would be a stem, again, as if we've cut it across this way, but we're looking at it down this way. So the center here would be parenchyma cells. They're just kind of yeah, well, I've just been going through different parts of plants. We'll just talk about plants, don't worry. You know, okay. Okay, I know. I'm just more so like, anyway, I'll continue. I'll try and make a video on it sometime. And then everybody can watch it from the beginning. Yeah, I did miss it. I'm not seeing everything because I'm looking at this board doing things. So repeat your question and then I'll see it. Maybe. But, so right here in the middle is your ground tissue. Everything is embedded within here. And so right in here would be parenchyma cells. And so they're just really generic cells. They just kind of look like that. And then cholenchyma. You might actually get some cholenchyma. Well, so around here, around our vascular bundles, we could actually get some cholenchyma, which look a lot like, kind of like this. My drawings are something special. But anyway, and they get embedded. What's really interesting about cholenchyma, so cholenchyma is a deposit. So this is your normal plant cell. Oh, I saw that. I thought it was a comment. I thought you said you were just wondering if it is. I didn't know you were asking me to tell you if it is. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's alright. I think it's easier because you don't spend all day in school. You kind of get to set your own schedule so you can go and do what you need to do. A lot more freedom. So cholenchyma is a deposit. Basically, you have a it would basically be a parenchyma cell that grows into a cholenchyma cell. And so what it does is it will start depositing cellulose on the outside to give it a bit more structure. So if you think about the strings in celery, that's actually cholenchyma cells. So that's little cellulose. And it's because that cholenchyma is there to give it that extra structure. Whereas if you start to, like in a woody plant, if you actually start getting fibers around here, well, it's usually going to be around the xylem. Your xylem will get, like, so this would actually be lignin, and your cell is actually shrinking on the inside. So you've just got a tiny cell in there because it's depositing lignin on the outside. 31. So it deposits lignin on the outside, and and that's what creates wood. So the reason the plant will sometimes choose like cellulose over lignin is once they deposit lignin on the cell, that one can't be removed. So that's how wood is created. It's creating lignin. And then the plant cell will die. That happens quite often with our xylem tissue. Well, xylem is dead, basically. And so you get this whole lignin, and that's how you get wood, is lignin. And so it's very strong, and obviously we use it in a lot of things, is them creating lignin. But if they want something, so like the first year, hello, ooh, sounds like fun going to Park City. Always these, I think I actually went there like once for a day, but it was fun. It's a good age. I like being 31, although I'm excited to be 35. When I'm 35, I'm going to learn how to surf. It's I don't know. Yeah, that's my aunt. She lives in Utah, and I was born in Utah, and then I lived in Utah for about 7 years before I moved to Australia. I don't know. I hate skiing. I hate it with a passion. I don't really hate it with a passion, but I don't like it. My mom loves skiing. She did her ACL skiing, actually. That didn't convince me to go. I've already done my ACL. I don't want to do my ACL again. I did it playing basketball, though, so that was worth it. Oh, really? Yeah, I was born in Provo, and my first degree I got at BYU. But I'm not Mormon anymore. I was at the time. So I talked about, Kalankama. Yeah. Yes, I am not Jennifer. It is Jenny, and I am 31. So that's about the plant body. What else shall I talk about? TJ. Why my TJ? Tingle Jenny? Oh, thank you. Okay, let's see. Bye, Lonsdale. Good to see you. Okay. I'm trying to think. What else have I been learning about? I've been learning things in ecology. That's what I've been thinking about is dispersal. Dispersal is actually an interesting topic. I don't know that I have a lot to say about it, but the reason I thought about it was because there was come on, draw. That is not at all what a magpie looks like. They have very long legs. That doesn't look like them. And a patch of white back. This is a magpie. So there's a new magpie out. So the front of my house is that way, and it's a townhouse, and then there's a little patch of grass over there. And in that patch of grass yesterday, I saw a magpie, which I haven't seen before. I hate coffee, actually. I really don't like it. I do plan on doing a coffee video sometime, though. Not with actual coffee, but kind of like coffee sales. Because I have a friend who just loves coffee. And anyway, I really like chocolate, like single origin chocolate. And so I've thought about doing that sort of thing, but for coffee. But anyway, back to my magpie. Did I answer? Sure we can. You can drink coffee. I cannot drink coffee. It's easy. Anyway. So, this little magpie showed up in the grass over there. And it's the first time I've seen it since I've lived here, which I've lived here almost 2 years, actually. And so, when I grew up Mormon. I told you that. I was Mormon until I was about 25. Yeah, 25. So I didn't have coffee until I wasn't even keen to try it for a while. And then I did try it, and I didn't like it. It just tastes like burning to me. I don't know. I've had it a couple different times because I thought maybe I just had a bad one, but yeah. Anyway, my little magpie. So the magpie shows up, and I haven't seen it before. Interesting thing about magpies is that they will stay in the same territory for their whole lives, basically after maturity. So we have this new magpie. So obviously, it's probably a baby, and magpies can live up to like 30 years. So I see it yesterday, and I'm thinking it's probably just, like, it looks about adult, but not quite adult. And so I'm like, yeah, it's probably a teenager flying the coop, finding its own new area. And so that magpie could be here for another 30 years. Anyway, so that's really exciting. I love that about magpies. But dispersal, really interesting thing. A lot of sex-based dispersal, where males will move to go and find new females. What's really interesting is, I'm gonna probably spell this wrong. You wanna know something interesting? It is this animal. This is the Dasyurid. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's spelled something like that. And it is a marsupial here in Australia. And so they have males and females, but the reproductive cost for male, I don't think this is actually about dispersal. Well, forget the dispersal for a second. So, basically the males have a very short life cycle. So they only live up to a year. So they don't become fertile for a little while into their life cycle. And then towards the end of the year, they'll be fertile. And lots of males will actually die in copulation. But if they don't die in copulation, they'll die shortly after. Basically, no males survive after 1 year. And then the females will survive up to about 3 years. It's more women are the reproductive because women carry children, they have a different Dasyuridae. Yeah, that would be the... Okay, so I spelled it right. Yeah. That would be the family name? See, that's something I'm learning in plant ideas, those little endings. The A ending. Genus, probably. Family. I don't know. Anyway, I'm also doing a paper on the evolution of the genus Homo. And yeah, after I have researched that and done everything there, I will do a video or a series of videos on that because very fascinating topic. Okay, have I not done something that I brought? Or do you guys want me to keep doing the chalkboard? I think I have some cards. I was thinking about shuffling cards. I was going to bring a game as well, and then I forgot. Like Boggle. So I thought it'd be fun. But then I didn't do it. Oh, somebody... Okay, while we're waiting, I will... Oh no, this is going to be fun. Those eyes are awful. Hi, Tanya! Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm drawing. And you can tell I'm doing a bad job of it as well. I don't know. I've just drawn. There we go. Link. He looks so sullen. Let's make that an even deeper frown. What's going on with your hair? There's Link. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a Pictionary game, okay? Whoever guesses first wins. And the hint is that everything that I do is going to be based off of a book title that I have in here. Not that any of you know what the book titles are, so. Oh, God. This is... Oh. Yeah, guess what I'm drawing. That sounds awful. I wish I had some... Okay, this face needs to be bigger. Okay, that's too big. I'm just gonna draw some eyes like that. That makes no sense. Okay. That's probably no. Yes, but remember, it's based on a book that I have. It's based on a book, so it's where I'll go. Down the right track. That's it's probably not quite. Jackie's on the right track. I've got to think about some other way of doing this. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's awful. Okay. More recent. No, recent. Recent. Like, if you know any tennis players, you probably know this name. The next one will be easier. I promise. Thank you. Yes, Jackie. Jackie wins. Okay, next one. Okay, that's gonna be too easy. Yours came through later on mine, Tanya. Sorry if I'm not sure what's Yep, there we go. Nerdy Mom got it. That's the problem is it's either too easy or too hard. Stars is on the right track. What else do I have? A little less specific for the people who are on the right track. So what is this? Generally. Yes. There we go. Natalie. Okay, we can do one more. I feel like this isn't relaxing because it's too competitive. You had a little advantage on that one since you know my quilt. I have a quilt that's like this, but it's a rainbow quilt. So, it's because I have this book called The Giving Quilt. Okay. Okay. This is so bad. Okay. Now I gotta take the scissors from my... I'm really going well here. Let's think about it. Yeah. Okay, so do it this way. And this is yes! Vintage! Oh god, I'm so excited about that. Oh. I'm so happy. See, that one was hard, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I got too excited. I'm supposed to be talking quietly. That's what I mean. I'm not sure this game is relaxing because it's too exciting. And then... yeah! Well done, Nerdy Mom. And my mom right after. I'm glad it's relaxing. Oh, I actually have a lot of things. Let's do... And let's pull out a color. I have some, yes, and it's not an object. It's a description. That might help. Yes, sour. Sour was the word. You guys want to keep going? Okay. See you, Natalie. Thanks for joining us. again, description. Description. Close. Yep. Salty. Yes, South America. Ooh, we'll see if anybody was paying attention earlier. Because I want this. It was related to what I was teaching you earlier. Obviously a very poor teacher, aren't I? I don't know if anybody's gonna get this, if nobody's gotten it by now. So, not the easiest. Sorry. I have all these descriptions. I'm trying to get an idea. Yes! Hi, Miss Victoria Hart. Sharpie is correct. That's a Sharpie. It's a brand of marker. See, mine's big and chunky. That's why I drew. Yep, I was drawing a Sharpie. My milk is probably going cold. Actually, I might eat more cereal. It was pretty loud earlier, but be done with my gum for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gum chewing sounds. Hopefully you could hear them, I think. That is going to be in the way. Okay, let's turn and try to break these out. My bowl's there. Oh, yeah, so I thought my mom would find this funny. Game Hunter, who's from Georgia, didn't know what honeycombs was. So I had to educate him. So we're gonna have some more honeycombs. It sounds like it's loud. Maybe I should. What I can do. Input volume. Put the input level down. So I usually leave it at 100. Okay, tell me if it's still too loud, because I can actually change the levels. I always forget about that. I always just leave it on the max level so that I'm getting the best. Yeah, it's like the one thing that I have my mom send me. And she brought me 4 bags. This is my last bag from when she was here. I wonder why they don't have them. I do that sometimes too, but I love them with milk. I'm sorry. Don't worry, after I finish this box, I won't be able to eat them for a long time. Well, especially if my mom can't get them in the store there. Yeah, I love those too, but it can get a bit too sweet as well. It's something I don't find I can eat a lot of, whereas Lucky Charms, I feel like, not Lucky Charms, honeycombs. I just feel I can eat so many of. Thanks for joining us. I didn't ever do my cards. I'll do that in a sec. I actually have quite a bit of battery. I was only going to go 2 hours, but I'll probably go another half hour or so and then finish up. Because I have cards. I want to do my cards. I'm going to eat first. Is eating too loud? Talked about this milk. Did I talk about it? I don't remember. But anyway, that's my milk. Okay, good. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was too loud. I adjusted the level a little bit because I think the last time it just felt too loud to me. Just enough milk. some recording to do today. I'm doing a collab with... Bye, Jackie. Thanks for coming. I'm doing a collab with Wayne's Green Eyes. So... it's gonna be like in a medieval thing. Anyway, I'm doing the storytelling. So you get to see a little bit of the writing dress that my mom made for me. I'm going to do a video on my 2 dresses sometime. Bye, Tanya. Love you too. Have a good day. Got my cards now. I might, let's remove this. And I'll actually show you. I'll put you down. It's a big mess in here, actually. It's good that I don't do 360 ASMR videos. Doesn't actually really interest me. It's maroon, so that's okay. But yeah, I am. If I had something that was, well, no, I don't think it would really fit the style. Well, it's like my flight attendant role play for Emirates. I wore that. That's I do still have that shirt that's like kind of tan. And I wore. Okay. It's still very hot. Let's see if I can move this down at all. Like this towards me. I'm gonna block off that back pit now. What are you seeing? My wall. Anyway, I'm gonna put those back there. Here is my deck of, well, I have 2 decks of cards. Got these in Boston. What year would that be? 97? Maybe? I don't remember exactly what year we went to Boston. I used to go on some trips with my uncle and aunt and cousin. Not either of the aunts are actually in today, but anyway, their brother and sister. So, these are our cards. Maybe we'll put them in order first. It sounds, I don't know, like something we're gonna do. Set you back there, put our pieces here. 2 there, 8, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. put these in suit order as well, and just see if I missed anything. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll do, I don't know, let's do like that, I think. So we'll do spade, heart, club, diamond. So spade, heart, club, diamond. 3 of these. Spade, heart, club, diamond. 2, 3. Spade, heart, club, diamond. 4. Spade, heart, club, diamond. 5. Spade, heart, club, diamond. 6. Spade, heart, club, diamond. 7. Spade, heart, club, diamond. 8. Spade, heart, club, diamond. 9. Spade, heart, club, diamond. 10. Spade, heart, club, diamond, jack. Spade, heart, club, diamond, queen. And spade, heart, club, diamond, king. Let's get these all switched around so our deck looks all nice as well. Okay, there we go. Everything's in order now. These are cards. And I'm going to now mess them all up. So I've done about 4 shuffles now. You see, it's pretty. A lot more random now. Let's do 2 more. Okay. Yeah, my aunt taught me how to shuffle when I was like 4 or 5. if we fill out some hands. Oh, I don't have my cousins, they do some funny stuff, like go back and forth like this, but I can't really keep track of what I'm doing when I go like that. So these will all end up being uneven piles. But, you know, what you gonna do? Proud of myself, kept all the cards lined up. So, yeah, it's a little... Wasn't sure how the card play would go. Thought it might be fun. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Oh, I don't know what I did there. Is Game Hunter still here? Oh, come on. Open up. Yep. Everyone's a winner, baby. That's no lie. That's the right one. Okay. I'll try not to knock everything over. Oh. I just hit. That must have hit. There, that's back on. I hit one of my lights. Okay. Any more questions? We've got 5 minutes to go. So, any last requests for what we do for our final 5 minutes? I do still have my Switch here. I've got books, scissors, clothes, words, cards, chalkboard, myself. Or we could just end it now, if everybody's done. Yeah, it's been fun spending time with you too. No, so I was gonna see, I'll try and see if I can add people as moderators for our next live stream, so we won't have a repeat of the incident today. That we can make sure it stays friendly. Yeah, so Lily, Sweet Lily Mo, I think since you had stayed around for a while, I might see if you wanted to be a moderator. You basically would just block somebody if they, I don't know what you would do. I think it would just give you the ability to block people if they came in and or kick them from the stream or whatever if they were saying something offensive and nasty. So, I was thinking, yeah, since you seemed around for a while, and then I was thinking Game Hunter as well might be a good idea. I'll try and add them. I'll add you to my channel. You'd be able to flag then comments on my regular videos as well. But basically, it just goes then for my approval. So it would just remove the comments temporarily, and then I would go through and be able to approve or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Keeping it nice and happy. So, yeah. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'll try and add you on the channel. I'll see if that will do it for live streams as well, but we'll just have to see. Anyway, yeah, it's been really fun spending time with all of you. And, yeah, if you have any more requests for the last 2 minutes, let me know. Because I think a couple people just jumped in, so let me know if you have any requests, anybody who just jumped in. Otherwise, probably gonna wrap it up. Yeah, I will. I think it should alert you, hopefully. I'll try and figure out what I can do. Yeah. Oh, and anybody who is in here, if you want to connect with me, you should check out my Facebook page as well. I've been doing a bit more on that. And you can also like message me on my Facebook page and that sort of thing. So if you want to do that, just Tingles with Flyby. So yeah. Then we can connect a bit later. Thank you, Mom. Okay, well, we'll leave it there then. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, who is watching this after the fact. I appreciate you as well. And, of course, to everyone who's stopped by today. And I hope you all have a lovely and relaxing evening. Goodbye.